Yes.
And Big Reds are off on the kickoff. Jeff Lance, the kicker, and it is picked up by George Washington about the 20-yard line. And he must have pitched it because the George Washington guy is running down the field.
He is going off.
One man to beat, and he beats him.
I believe that was, I think that's number 10. Number 10, Roland Willis.
It looked like the Big Reds had a George Washington player wrapped up, but he must have pitched the ball or something. I couldn't really see it.
You got to think this George Washington team is pretty tough. I mean, they've only lost one game, and that was by 1 point to number 1 ranked South Charleston.
And that was the second week of the season. They've only gotten better. They've only allowed 49 points this season.
And they've actually gotten 49 points in just one game, so they're more than even. And the kick is good. The Patriots start out strong with already a touchdown.
On the opening kickoff, it only took 15 seconds for him to score.
It was a beautiful run by, again, Roland Willis. He is a senior, 5'11", and 165 pounds.
He just had a big opening on the far side of the field. Along with that and some great blocking, he was able to score a touchdown almost untouched.
Roland Willis is actually a pretty good running back as well as a wide receiver. Last week against Princeton, which again they won by 39 points, 49-10. Their QB Taylor Norman threw 4 touchdowns, 2 to each Quentin Johnson and of course Roland Willis. Some of their teams that they played was number 6 Capital, of course number 1 South Charleston, Nitro, Greenbrier East, Riverside, Spring Valley, and last week's game versus Princeton.
And they were all pretty big wins. George Washington defense is real tough, only allowing 49 points this season.
The kick is off.
Looks like Stephen Roush receives the kick, and
let's see if they will respond with a touchdown, but of course they didn't. About to the 36
and
maybe.
He fumbled the ball,
He fumbled the ball, and Roland, no, that was number 19 on George Washington, Carzell Rose.
But I think they are ruling that Stephen Rouse was down whenever the ball popped out. Well, Big Reds are down 7-0 with about 24 seconds left into the game. Let's see if they can get a quick score. Tie this baby up. Of course, Rao pumbles up the middle for a 5-yard gain.
Nice little gain there. By the games I've been to all season, all their home games, I've seen a lot of just quick runs right up the middle, just trying to get the first downs. And of course, with that big loss, Derek Wenzel, you won't see like big rushes.
Big Reds just like to use power football and just punish defenders up the middle. Matt Newland back to pass, and it's to Stephen Roush, who caught it and kept his feet in bounds.
I saw a lot of that last week where he jumped for every single ball that was thrown to him. And he catches a lot of them.
Well, Stephen Roush is a real good wide receiver. He's probably Matt Newland's favorite person to throw to, him and Wes Ankrum.
Yes.
Big Reds crowding up front, 1 wide receiver. Number 43, Jason Phillips in motion. And they hand up to Christian Ong up the middle.
You'll see him in there a couple times, but Chris Rao would be the main guy to go for the rushes, and they get the first down.
Christian Ong is tough and relentless. He don't like to go down very easy. He works for all his yards, none are given to him, because every play he gets the ball, he runs straight up the middle.
The ball now on the George Washington's 47, 1st and 10.
Big Red's moving along right now, trying to tie this game up. Hands off to Rao up the middle, and he's stopped for no gain, it looks like.
Patriots, of course, George Washington Patriots have some really big linemen down there trying to block them from getting these quick yards, but you saw the Chris Stroud get about 2 yards there. You got 2nd and 8 on the ball on the 45.
Newland in shotgun. Flags
Flag on the
all
field.
over the place.
I think it was maybe an encroachment.
All the refs' moms must have told him that she's doing yellow laundry right now. They need to gather up all their yellow laundry.
5-yard penalty on the offense.
Which makes it 2nd and 13
They get
from
pushed
the
back.
dead center of the field.
I believe that was actually maybe a centimeter to their side. To maybe the 49, actually.
Newland back in shotgun. He's blitzed, and he does a bubble screen to Christian Ong, who still hasn't gone down. He gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage.
They do last week they did a lot of those bubble passes. Ugh.
They scored on one of them with Stephen Roush.
Yes. It is 3rd and 10 now. They got those 3 yards to be at the original line of scrimmage. Ball now on the 47.
Newland back in shotgun, and he's rolling out, and he passes, and it's
Almost intercepted by, I believe that was number 1 of the George Washington, Quentin Johnson.
Pass was intended for Wes Ankrum, but Newland threw it to the George Washington defender.
The ball is now going to go back to the George Washington Patriots. We got 26, Michael Tucker out there.
And the Patriots are using 2 people back to return the punt.
Ooh, a nice booming kick there.
Nice punt by Wes Ankrum, but it's out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Nice punt.
I probably would have bounced if it kept in the field. You got 1st and 10 on their own 18-yard line here. Let's see if they'll get another quick touchdown like they did before.
8 minutes and 31 seconds left. GW is up 7-0, and this is their first play, and a speedy running back up the middle, but he is knocked down by a big red defender.
I believe that was number 75. Number 75, Kyle Smith. I was searching on the internet yesterday, doing some research, and he's actually a pretty high prospect.
He's the Big Red's highest prospect this season.
Yes, I believe I read that. I think he's interested in Marshall University.
He is a defensive lineman on defense, but on offense he's a tight end. And Big Reds.
Kyle Smith again with the, I believe with the original tackle, but he had some assistance by number 22.
Michael Winans, the Big Reds' leading tackler. He's averaging 15 tackles a game.
Last time I checked, he had a total of 105 tackles, and of course about half of those are actually assists, but still counts. We got 3rd and 7, ball on their 21. Mostly with QB.
Back to pass, and it's complete to around the 35-yard line.
Oh, he's going.
And he's juking, and none of the Big Red defenders can get him, but he's brought down about.
It seemed like he hesitated there. Number 20, Felix Mollett. A nice pass there for a 1st down, getting out of 3rd down conversion trouble there. Taylor Norman, the George Washington Patriots quarterback. He is a senior this year, 5'10", 160 pounds. So they don't have a lot of small players on their team. We got 1st and 10, ball on the 45 here.
And it's a quarterback draw.
Oh, I think he's gone. He almost
Michael
gone.
Winans with the tackle.
A nice run there. I believe that was number two, Greg Jones. Of course, what my co-commentator said, dropped down by Michael Winans.
Michael Winans is the big red monster on defense.
If it wasn't for him, they would not have had so many tackles like they do.
He just seems to be in on every play. He plays linebacker, and he gets sacks up the middle, tackles up the middle. He can also drop back in coverage.
A big player for them. I believe Norman took that. No, that's actually, that's number 4, Shaquille Williams. Almost gone, but I believe number 3 of the Big Reds, Coriosi. The ball is now on the Big Reds 15.
Quentin Johnson was on that carry.
Of course, like I was trying to say, Michael Winans a real big defensive player out there. His closest to his total tackles is Jason Phillips.
Ooh, another run up the middle, but Jason Phillips was there to trip him up.
That was number 2, Greg Jones. He almost was gone, but he was just tripped up from the behind there.
Jason Phillips has 3 relatives that were Hunt Award winners, including his dad, who is an All-American at WVU.
That's a wonderful fact there. Thank you. That was a 2-yard rush by the Patriots there. Ball now on the 13.
And it's another hand up the middle, but many Big Red defenders were there to stop him. Michael Riblett, senior, number 69, was leading the charge.
And most likely probably Michael Winans was up there, like he always is. Anywhere the ball is in the middle or just somewhere near the line, he's there.
Michael Winans either there for the initial hit or just there for backup.
That was a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 5, ball on the 10 there. Norman
He's back to pass, and he has a man wide open in the end zone.
No
touchdown,
one near him.
Patriots.
Number 33, Christian Clay. He is a sophomore this year, and a really nice pass there. And nice reaction, and a beautiful catch there.
Looks like the Big Reds just has some miscommunication. Someone wasn't guarding their man or was in their zone. They need to fix those problems if they want to beat this number 4 ranked Patriots team. Can't have mistakes against them.
Well, George Washington's actually a really high scoring team. About their last, I believe, 4 games, their lowest score is 19 maybe, I think.
Yes, and it was a 19-7 win against Spring Valley.
Of course, last week, like I said earlier, was a 49-10 win to Princeton, and the week, like he said, was against Spring Valley. Thank you.
And Big Reds are here on the kickoff.
Big Reds were showing some good defense out there, but just couldn't see the guy that was open out there. Again, like I say every week, you can never count a team out, and it's only the first quarter, so it's still early in the game. We got about a little under 5 minutes left in this first quarter. We got the kickoff. Oh, he dropped it.
Zach McGee on the drop, but he's
fast
still getting
reactions.
yards.
He's almost getting through there, but
Brought down about the 19-yard line. Zach McGee. He's in my English class.
I believe he was dropped down by number 4, Shaquille Williams. So it was a lot of that was a lot of 4-on-4 action there. You got number 4 from the George Washington, and then we got the number 4 receiver out there for the Big Reds. We got a 1st and 10, the ball on the 19.
Zach McGee's a pretty good guy. I've had a class with him all 3 years at PHS.
That's cool.
And a handoff to Jason Phillips, who can't find a hole, and he cuts back across the field and tries to go back up the middle, and he gets tackled in the backfield for a big loss.
He had some speed there going, but whenever he was trying to juke that defender out there, he slowed down a lot, of course.
Loss of 6 on the play. It's not what the Big Reds needed, already deep in their own territory.
Matt Newland needs to be doing some big work out there. Of course, not trying to bring him down or anything. He's a great, great quarterback. Great accuracy.
Big Reds threw for over 40 passes last week in their loss to South.
Yes.
That is not usual Big Red offense right there, but they had to do it with the loss of Derek Wenzel.
That was number 32, Christian Ong, with the rush there.
Was a gain of 1 yard.
But of course, they're still back 3rd and 15. Sorry, the ball on the 14.
GW should be expecting the pass right here, as the Big Reds are deep in their own territory, and it's 3rd and 15. Big Reds have 4 wide receivers on the play.
They need to complete this to get out of this area right now. Matt Newland with a quick pass.
He way overthrows Wes Ankrum, way above his head.
Number 26, Michael Tucker, was out there, almost getting that interception, but was way too far away.
Maybe if the 40-yard line was a Big Red player, he would have been there to catch it, but it was not a good pass.
Big Red's still in this game. Don't worry, guys. Only down by 14, still early in the game.
And it's a short kick to about the 50-yard line, and he drops it. Michael Winans was almost there on the tackle, and he is.
But number 10, a very fast reaction there. He had some speed going, but you had some Big Red defenders out there getting ready to get him down there. I think that was Cody Craig, number 56, out there getting that tackle. With assistance of number 22, Michael Winans, of course.
Of course, Michael Winans is everywhere.
Yes, he is everywhere. Norman to number 2 again. Ooh, stiff-armed him. A nice run there.
Number 2 is Greg Jones.
A gain of 6. Didn't look like a 6-yard gain there from here, but of course, I might just read the field wrong. I'm not professional. We got 2nd and 4 here. The ball on the 40. Patriots up.
Man in motion, and they hand off to him.
14-0.
Michael Winans is in pursuit, but he couldn't get to him in time, and he's still shooting out players.
Number 4, Shaquille Williams.
That was number 1,
Sorry.
Clayton Johnson.
But number 4 out there, of course, blocking some defenders out there. I think that's honestly what I meant.
It's hard to see those GW numbers.
Since they're really light, the font's kind of weird, but some good-looking jerseys out there. Pretty original. Well, they got that first down. Forgot to tell you that. 1st and 10, ball on the 29.
Norman back to pass, and he is
intercepted
picked off in the end
by
zone.
Steven Roush. A beautiful interception there. That's what the Big Reds really need right now, since they are down by 14. That was a booming pass.
Steven Roush filling in nice for Derek Wenzel with that interception.
Number 1 out there, Quentin Johnson, was, I think it was just a too much overthrown. And of course, every week I see Steven Roush, he's always jumping in the air. Every time.
He really wants to get that football.
He will go up and beyond, literally. Got 1st and 10, ball and 20.
Hand up to Chris Rowell at the middle, I believe.
Almost interception, but he was already down, or fumble. Almost a fumble, but he was already down, according to the referees out there.
5-yard gain on the run.
Referee is always doing a wonderful job for these games. I would like to give a shout out to all the referees out there.
all the zebras everywhere for doing such a wonderful job.
2nd and 5, ball on the 25.
And it's a handoff to Christian Ong at the middle, who's rumbling and tumbling up the middle for a 5-yard gain.
I believe that was only 4 yards, almost 5. But I think they're going to give it to him. They gave it to him.
First down, Big Reds.
Big Red fans really excited.
Oh, my statistician is correcting me right now. That was a 6-yard gain by Christian Ong. Thank you, Samantha Wolf.
That is what she is here for. Thank you very much. We got 1st and 10, ball on the 31.
And it's a handoff up the middle to Chris Rao. Gets about 1 or 2 yards up the middle.
Brought down by number 61, Tyler Moore.
And now it is going to be 2nd and 8 with just about 50 seconds left in the first quarter.
The Big Red Indian Band, of course, giving us some beautiful music out there. I personally can hear it. I'm not for sure if you can hear it, but they are doing a great job pumping up the crowd.
And it's a play-action rollout. And
oh, he trips. And, of course, Steven Roush, again, is in the air getting that beautiful catch. He amazes me every time. Every time.
And if Newland would have thrown that ball just a little better, Steven Roush wouldn't have had to dive for that ball, and he would have been wide open to the end
but
zone.
I think Steven Roush can hear me yelling up here saying, I want to jump in the air, and he did. And, of course, a big contribution to that catch was, of course, the defender out there. I believe that was number 1, Quentin Johnson, tripped up.
The 50-yard line looks like it is sticking out a little bit, so I guess I can understand if you tripped on it.
There might be a very tall piece of grass. Sorry, I apologize for trying to be too funny, but I am a high school student.
And it's turf, not grass, by the way.
Maybe one of the turfs grew some grass out there from really old grass from back in the day. You don't even know.
Well, we've only had this field. This is our 3rd year of having this new turf, so.
And of course, last week, I don't like to point this out for you Big Red fans, but the first loss on the new turf was last week, sorry, I'm trying to burp. Last week against the Parkersburg South Patriots, but that is a week ago, and we are done.
And this is a new group of Patriots, and the Big Reds don't like losing to Patriots twice in a row, let alone
I believe
once.
these Patriots are probably a little tougher because they are 6-1, and they have played 2 top-ranked teams, and they've only lost to 1, and that was number 1, South Charleston, by 1.
Can you turn down your mic a tidbit?
I am sorry if I'm too loud, and I'm sorry if I apologize too much. Okay, we got 2nd and 10 here. Ball on the George Washington, George Washington's 48.
I think you just need to calm down and have some fun.
I'm actually having a lot of fun right now. I'm pretty excited.
And up to Jason Phillips up the middle, but a big number 71 GW defender was on there.
Sorry we couldn't get that name to you. Our roster skips 71.
I think it was 73, actually, which still is not on our roster given to us.
So both numbers, 71 and 73, we don't have.
Like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to see the George Washington numbers, but we'll try our best.
We got 3rd and 10, ball on the 48.
Newland back to pass.
Oh.
And
that was
number 16.
Tyler Gibson.
He tried to catch that ball one-handed, but just didn't stick.
I would like to point out if that was Steven Roush out there, one of my new favorite Big Reds now. If he was out there, he would have jumped for that ball and somehow made it in there. I believe we're getting some assistance by some of the coaches up here. Thank you, George Washington, coaches up in the press box.
And number 73 on that tackle 2 plays ago, his name is Todd Battle.
A nice kick by Wes Ankrum.
And PHS Special Teams will Down it at about the 5-yard line. Beautiful punt.
That was picked up by number 82, Sonny Zickelfus. Of course, he didn't have to. Zickelfus?
You're missing the L every time.
Well, my roster says something different. It says Zickelfus. So I believe, even though Frankie has been going to school with this man.
I'm sorry, I don't know Sonny very well, so it is Zicky Foos.
Thank you. So I believe I was correct. And of course, our statistician was here to correct him and get the right pronunciation. Okay, sorry, let's get back to football. We got 1st and 10, ball on the 5.
And it's a handoff up the middle, and it takes almost all 11 Big Red defenders to bring him down.
Most likely, Michael Winans was probably down there somewhere. Don't know who was rushing that. Maybe it was probably number 2, Greg Jones. Possibly. We got 2nd and 3. That was actually, he didn't even run much. I think he was just getting pulled and pushed everywhere. And
I think he just fell forward, and the Big Red defenders carried him a little ways, and it's a handoff to the outside.
Greg Jones he is fast, and
he is a speedy running back.
He thought he was gonna go off there, but referees thought different. And of course, that's their job.
Big Reds need to stop him in the backfield because once he gets to the outside, with the loss of Derek Wenzel, they don't have the kind of speed to match his on the outside.
We got 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball on the 28.
It's kind of cold out tonight. The cheerleaders are in their sweat jackets. And
Greg Jones again with the rush, and he just jumped. Jumped so fast that I couldn't see him jump.
It's pretty fast, Jared.
Yes, sir. Like a cheetah. But they are Patriots, and Patriots are pretty fast. Okay, we believe that was maybe a 12-yard gain there. Oh, that was 11. Thank you, Sam. It was actually the first week we've actually used her assistance, and she is doing a very wonderful job right now. And she is smiling, and I'm glad to see that. Ooh, that was number 10 of the Patriots, Roland Willis. And I believe Roland Willis was the one that got that kick return earlier.
Roland Willis had 2 receiving touchdowns last week in their win
versus Princeton, 49-10. I believe I should get off that subject now because I've said that a lot already. Okay, we got 2nd and 5, ball on the 44.
Norman under center, and he's play action pass.
He has a big bucket. Ooh, number
32 or 82.
That was number 82. A nice tackle there by Sonny Zickelfus.
Thank you, Jared.
So, hopefully Frankie didn't implant Zickelfus in my head, but I will try to pronounce it Zickelfus. So if you are any way related to this young man, I am sorry.
Sorry for his name, not for how.
We got 3rd and 12 here.
He's a good kid.
Ball on the 37. Ooh, a nice throw there.
Oh,
intercepted by number 4 of the PHS.
Zach McGee. Might have to congratulate him in English class on Monday, just for that.
Can you please give him a high five for me? Because I do not go to your school. But that doesn't matter because we are part of the Wood County Technical Center. Forgot to tell you that. And I would like to give you my full name. I'm Jared Bailey, and right beside me is co-commentator Frankie Lee.
Thank you, Jared.
No problem. We kind of forgot that beginning because we kind of had a rush up here. As you saw that we were down there on the sideline. And I was trying to get some pizza. I was kind of hungry. I had a hard day in Wood County Technical Center broadcast class today. Okay, let's get back to some more football.
Hand off to Christian Ong to the outside for about a 4-yard gain, maybe 5.
Maybe. Let's see. Yes, that was a 4-yard gain. Good guess.
Guess.
Okay, good skill of guessing.
Guess.
Okay. I'm sorry. Nice reaction. There
Thank
you go.
you.
So it's 2nd and 6, the 4-yard gain there. Ball on the 16.
And it's a handoff to Christian Ong up the middle, who is still just pummeling defenders up the middle.
He was getting pulled and pushed. And I believe they got the first down there. And since they are now past the 10,
1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
1st and goal.
Jeff Lance is warming up on kicks as he hopes the Big Reds will score right here, and if not, they are in field goal position.
They will still, though, no matter what, always have him down there kicking because he has a great leg and always want to make sure he's ready.
And a handoff to Chris Rowell at the middle, I believe.
With about maybe 4 or 5 yards gain there.
And it looks to be a 3-yard gain, and it's 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line now.
Ball on the 5-yard line.
Both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts, and with about 7 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
Yes, I started pointing that out last week because I always forgot about the timeouts, and whenever I'm watching NFL, I always want to know how many timeouts there are.
Well, I'm glad you're getting better every week, Jared.
Thank you.
And a Christian Ong up the middle, not even touched for the Big Red touchdown.
Big change of momentum there. PHS was down by 14, but now is down by 8.
Christian Ong had a big game against Riverside, and then after that, the role of running back switched to Chris Rao and Derek Wenzel, but Derek Wenzel's hurt, so they've been using Christian Ong a lot more this game.
We got Lance here, and the extra point is good. Fans out there really excited, always the bands out there, always trying to get this crowd pumped.
And of course, Wesley Cox is the Big Red Indian today.
The games I've seen him here, does he do the home games?
No, him and the senior Indian, Ben Gandy, switch off games.
Well, last week he was the main Indian last week.
No, Ben Gandy was the Indian last. I
No,
think it was Wes Cox.
It was Wes Cox because you saw Ben down there, of course, just with the cheerleaders trying to pump the crowd up, just in a nice Big Red shirt.
I think that is Wes Cox. I am not sure.
It is Wes Cox.
It's hard to tell from here with that big headdress on, but I'll try.
Okay, we have now confirmed that is Wes Cox, and conversation's done. Okay, we got the kick here.
Jeff Lentz for the kickoff, and GW has 3 returners back.
And from now on, most likely I'll be saying GW because George Washington is kind of long to say and just want to cut to the point.
We could also call them the Patriots or the GW Patriots.
I'll probably,
squib kick.
Hit him right in the hand.
Patriot return man.
That's kind of funny there.
If he just would have had some fast reaction times, they would have had some real good field position, but he, of course, is on the first line of defense and wasn't expecting the ball to hit him in the chest.
Now we got the cheerleaders down there throwing some
T-shirts and footballs.
Never see us up here. We're desperate for these shirts. We are big, big Red fans.
And a handoff up the middle for a big gain.
I believe that was number 2 again, Greg Jones. He is fast. Once he finds like some just minute pocket, he gets through there. That was about a 13-yard gain, I believe. Was that a 13-yard gain? 16-yard gain. Thank you.
Yet again, our statistician helping us out on the yards gain.
Doing a wonderful job tonight.
And Michael Riblet and
probably Winans.
Michael Winans was on the tackle.
Now, I probably can just close my eyes, and if I hear a tackle, I know Michael Winans did it. We got 2nd and 8 here. Ball in the their very own 47. Referee is trying to spot the ball out there. They don't know where to put it. There you go. They confirmed where they wanted it.
even just a change of a couple inches could determine whether it's a first down or not, so they want to be
Oh,
exact.
yes. 2nd and 8 here.
Hand
Ball
off
to Greg Jones
on the
again.
outside.
He is fast. Ooh. Hit the first down marker there. Forced out of bounds by Big Red's very own defender Settle. Oh, sorry. I believe I have some heartburn. George Washington Patriots up 14 to 7. I was gonna say Big Reds, but I was already said the George Washington's already up by 14 to 7. I believe there was a timeout on the field there. Timeout by GW. Or Patriots, or George Washington, whatever you like to say.
Or George Washington High School Patriots.
Then, now you're going to see trainers out there trying to give some refreshments. Most likely H2O, water, agua, whatever you would like to call it. Big factor for players out there is always to be refreshed because they get pretty tired.
Especially Michael Winans on every tackle almost.
They usually only have it probably about 10, maybe 15 seconds before, between each play to do majorly just maybe whatever play they're going to do. So, referees out there spotting the ball, and then the players are out there getting ready to start this down over again. 3rd and 1, ball in the 46. I believe I'm probably the most official Rambler now. Very proud of that, though.
And he dives, and he gets the first down, I believe. Yes. 1st and 10 on the 43 now. The Big Reds 43, that is.
Yes.
1st and 10. All Big Reds 43.
1st and 10. Ball on the 46. Believe that's actually the 43.
Norman to hand off to Jones. Up the center.
That was the least amount of yards I've seen him all game. He usually just gets a first down right away. And I think they'll probably do that a lot all game, is to give to Greg Jones, get that first down, run a little bit to another rusher there, get a couple yards, and if they really need the first down, they'll give it to Greg Jones.
And that was a 2-yard gain by Greg Jones.
And most likely you'll see Winans. I'll say his name a lot tonight. You'll see Winans all over the ball.
It's a battle of Winans and Greg Jones tonight, I guess.
We got 2nd and 8. Ball on the 41. That's the Big Reds 41.
Norman back to throw, and he runs up the middle for a gain of about 3 or 5.
75 of the Big Reds, Kyle Smith, was almost there to sack him, but Norman was able to get right past him.
Gain of 3,
gain
sorry.
Of 3. On the Big Reds 39. 3rd and 5 here.
Let's see if the Big Reds can get a stop and try and tie this game up before halftime.
Oh, yes. Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Big Red, the Patriots have trips on our side.
That is
and
triples.
a blitz from the side.
Norman reacts.
And
I don't know
he
who that
completes
is.
the pass.
There's about 13 or more lights shining right into my eyes, so I can't really see that well.
And it looks to be a flag on the play.
Pass complete to Johnson.
Uh,
Flag on the play.
That was, I confirmed that the wide receiver that caught that ball was Quentin Johnson, number 1.
Face mask penalty for the Big Reds.
Actually, the real name, I guess, is Matt Johnson.
And it is 2nd and 10 for the Patriots.
Sorry, we're having some roster difficulties here.
Ball on the Big Red 11.
This half is almost over with 3 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Got second 6. Ball on the Big Reds 8.
And it looks to be a handoff to Jones on the outside.
And he almost got through, but there's about 3 or 4 Big Red defenders out there. Most likely, Winans. He's probably over there.
And settle on the stop.
I believe it was Winans and Frank Settle on the tackle.
They probably do a lot of teamwork out there. They probably call for each other if they need some help, or just to get the guy down anyways, no matter what. Got 3rd and 3, ball on the Big Reds 5. See if they'll give it to Jones again. And they give it to number 10.
And it is a
George
touchdown.
Washington.
He dives for the end zone and gets the touchdown.
That was Roland Willis. That was, now they're up 20-7.
2 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock.
Until halftime. This game's going by pretty fast. There hasn't been too many mistakes or a lot of out of bounds or anything, so.
There's only been 1 timeout call.
I believe there's only been probably about 3 or 4 out of bounds. Usually it's just right up the field. So only 1 timeout, of course, and probably about, I think, 2 flags tonight. And that's a good thing for the Big Reds because the first home game I was here, they got a lot of flags on the field. But I believe they pulled it through and won by a field goal. Actually, no, I believe Lance missed that field goal and went into overtime and got a touchdown. Because I believe the other team missed the extra point. So, we get ready for this kickoff here.
Score is 21-7. The Patriots are leading against the Big Reds.
That extra point was good, so now it is 21-7. Patriots up by 14 still, or again, sorry.
And it's a nice kick. Picked up by Steven Roush, who runs up the middle of the field.
Number 10, Roland Willis just got done with the a touchdown there and kicked it. I believe he's probably the George Washington Patriots, Derek Wenzel.
And it is 1st and 10 for the Big Reds on their own 31. See
Yes.
if they can try to score and make the deficit only 7 at halftime.
Got 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Newland passes it to number 8, Wes Ankrum. His usually his main target for all the games. Gain of 8.
It is now 2nd and 2 on the Big Reds 39.
Number 8 caught it. Wes Ankrum. Yeah, I forgot to say that. Sorry. That was an 8-yard gain.
Newland back to pass again
Second
to
and
Steven
2.
Roush, and he gets the first down.
Was
About a
he
4-yard gain.
That was Steven Roush? Or was that Wes Ankrum?
I think that was Wes Ankrum, sorry.
Yes, because most likely if you saw Steven Roush out there, he'd probably be in the air. Again, he is officially my favorite player because he goes up for everything. I believe Steven Roush actually just got back in the game. Steven Roush out to the left.
2 minutes and 9 seconds left after Ankrum went out of bounds.
We got Newland in center, now backing up. Steven Roush in the air and caught it and actually got get the completion there.
That's about a 6-yard gain. 7-yard gain, sorry.
7-yard gain, yes. 2nd and 3 here. Ball right dead in the middle.
And Roush jumps again, but he couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
But he still caught it. He still caught it.
He has very good hands.
You would think that there's probably a Velcro on the ball and on his hands, but nope. He just uses his real hands. That was a 0-yard gain.
3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 still.
At the 50-yard line.
You got
Newland back to pass, and it looks to be a screen, but I don't think he got the first down.
That was Stephen Roush. That was the first time all game. I haven't seen him in the air. He should have just hopped up in the air a little bit, just to make me proud.
4th and 1.
4th and 1. Let's see if they'll be risky and go for it here.
And the Big Reds take a timeout.
Probably to discuss either they want to, not be down by too much before the half, or don't want to be too risky and just kick it downfield and not give them good field position if they don't get it. And them, I mean the George Washington Patriots. 4th and 1, ball on the George Washington 47. Let's see what the Big Reds are going to do here. We got about 1 minute and 25 seconds left. Can't speak today. Left in this half. Very tired right now. Most likely, if you're going to be watching this, it'll probably be around 11, and you'll probably be pretty tired too. So I don't want to keep you too bored. So might just yell in the mic and wake you up.
4th and 1. And Big Reds are going for it to try and lower the deficit before halftime.
Big Reds are actually a very risky team. They go for a lot of their 4th down conversions. Usually it's not that much anyways. It's usually just 4th and 1.
And it's a handoff to Ong.
And they get a lot of them.
And
they do get a lot of them.
Gets the first down. Gains about 3, actually.
Number 1, Stephen Roush back on the field. He's probably going to be possibly the main target.
Gain of 4 on the run.
We got Wes Ankrum on the right, and we got Stephen Roush on the left there. He's probably going to be looking for either of them. He's a big fan of the left side, though. See?
And Stephen Roush dives, gets 4 yards.
He had some air on that, some verticalness of that, so did me proud.
Under a minute now.
Very proud of that man. He's a good guy. So, Frankie, if you see him at school, give him a high five for me.
I will try. Newland back to passing. He's looking deep, but he way overthrows his man, Stephen Roush.
That was a big mistake from Newland because Roush was getting just getting pushed around down there, and I believe he just thought he could have gotten away and just threw it out there and trusted him. No fault to any of them, but just believed that he could have gotten away, but he didn't.
Newland's done pretty good passing tonight. He's just thrown a couple balls.
He's
too far, but
throwing some quick passes out there, doing pretty well. He's pretty accurate, though, so that's a good thing.
He's not used to throwing the football this much.
He passes to Wes Ankrum.
And it is almost picked off
by number 1 of the Patriots,
Matt Johnson.
Number 10 out there with him, too, Roland Willis.
4th and 6, and Big Reds are going to go for it.
Well, this is not too good position for the Patriots here. And, they want to lower the deficit, see if they can get themselves up to 14 points and make the game 21-14. We got, of course, Wes Ankrum on the right and Stephen Roush to the left. See how they can do here. Up, he's going to go
back to pass, and he's looking for Ankrum, and he overthrows it out of bounds. The Patriots will take over with 30.4 seconds left.
Number 1, Matt Johnson out there.
They will take over at their own 38.
Some nice defensive block out there. Wes Ankrum could have gotten it, but just a tad bit not there. So a little shy of where he was. I believe they'll probably just run this, maybe give it a quick little run play to Greg Jones here and just eat up the time and just hurry up and make this game to go to the second half. or in the first half, actually.
And Nolan is in shotgun. Or Norman,
They're
sorry.
throwing it.
And he's looking around, and he's going to run with it. And he runs out of bounds for about a 7-yard gain.
I believe they're probably attempting to go for a touchdown. You don't see that a lot with about 20 seconds left in a game. Usually just see a team either kneel it or they just rush it and eat up that time.
Well, they really want this win tonight. And
they're probably just going for a lot of points because, you know, that's what George Washington does. They put a lot of points on the board.
And they really don't have to because their defense is usually so good. They've only allowed 49 points this season. And
Yes.
now 56 points with the Big Red scoring.
And, of course, 49 of those points, of course, from themselves, just scoring was from last week in Princeton.
And the Big Red stopping.
Stephen Roush out there with a assist of number 43,
Jason
Phillips.
Phillips and Roush on the stop.
Looks like the Big Red Band is getting ready for their halftime show.
And the half is done. The score, George Washington 21, and we got your very own Big Red with 7 points. Believe they give up the first possession of the ball here, right?
Yes.
Because they did lose a toss. Okay. Let's get this half started here. Again, like Frankie said earlier, George Washington is up 21-7.
But the Big Reds are getting the ball to start off this half.
Let's see if they can imitate what the George Washington did their first possession of the game, the first quarter, and run it back.
And that kicks off.
I believe that's Stephen Roush. Number 4,
Zach McGee.
Zach McGee. I didn't see the place where it slants and then it meets to the number 1. Got some of the special teams coming off the field there, getting ready for the first offensive play of the half.
Big Reds will start at their own 29.
1st and 10. Got Newland in center.
Newland back to pass, and he overthrows his wide receiver, Wes Ankrum.
Threw it straight to the players out on the sideline for the George Washington Patriots. Thought that he had a chance there to get some a first down, but threw it a little over the Wes Ankrum's head.
Newland started off the game passing very well, but lately he's been overthrowing his wide receivers. And he hands off to Ong up the middle.
Believe he only got maybe 2 yards there. Bringing this first possession to a 3rd down. Ugh. Got 2nd and 8 for the Big Reds there. Ball on the 31. They're 31, of course.
Third and 8 on their own 31. Newland in shotgun.
He has great accuracy. Let's see if he can get this first down.
And I guess it was tipped at the line by GW defenders.
That was going straight to Stephen Roush, and Roush was ready. Saw a George Washington player down there get tripped up and was already on the ground, so Stephen Roush had the perfect timing there to just catch it and maybe jump over the player while he's getting up or something. Bringing this first possession to 4th and 8. I believe they're just going to kick it off here.
Not the way the Big Reds wanted to start off this half. It's a low snap.
A low snap there.
But Wes Ankrum still gets the punt off and is still pretty good. And GW return man
he
is
will
not
go
going down.
down.
And he's finally brought down about the 44-yard line of the Big Reds.
That was Roland Willis with the return there. We got 1st and 10, ball on the Big Reds 42. Yes, thank you. There we go. See what George Washington can do here.
10 minutes, 52 seconds left.
Got Norman in center.
And he hands it off to
I believe maybe it was
Jones. Yes.
Yes.
Jones with a 3-yard gain on the play.
Which is pretty small there for him because he's usually just getting a 1st down because he's really, really fast. Just didn't believe he didn't have a pocket there. But we got Norman in center again. Give it to Greg Jones again. Like I just said before, he just had a quick burst there, and I believe he got the 1st down. We got OC for the Big Reds out there getting the stop. Not letting him go anywhere.
10 minutes and 11 seconds left now in the 3rd quarter.
1st and 10 at the Big Reds 30. We got Norman in center again, giving it to Greg Jones. Believe he fumbled it.
Fumbled it, but
Oh.
GW recovered it and ran for more yards.
Number 26, Michael Tucker, getting there and getting a fast reaction there and not letting the Big Reds get it. Very quick reaction from there. I believe that was Greg Jones that fumbled it.
14-yard gain on the play. Ball now on the Big Red 16 as the Patriots are moving down the field. Greg Jones was averaging 7.5 yards per carry in the 1st half.
Yes. Saw a lot of those 70-yarders there. You just maybe saw a couple 10-yarder, maybe 11-yarder. Then you'll get like 3 or 4. Just doing a lot of those. I think he has like a cycle in his head that he when he runs. That was a gain of 5 there. 2nd and 5. Ball on the Big Reds 11.
Just under 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter now.
Got Norman in center again. He's done a lot of that in a row already.
And he keeps it.
A fake to Greg Jones, but he ran with it. Of course, what Frankie said.
It is a 1-yard gain on the quarterback keeper.
Ball on the Big Reds 10. Now it is 3rd and 4. See if we'll see Norman under center again. And I believe he is. Yes, he's taking center again.
And he hands it off up the middle.
Believe that was a 1st down there. That was Greg Jones running. Knocked down by Riblet. Your very own Riblet. Now it's 1st and goal on the Big Reds 5. I believe with Greg Jones' accuracy and his average yardage, he probably can get this touchdown right here.
He averages 7.5 yards and he only needs 5. But I think they hand it off to him and he doesn't get anything. Actually, that was number 10, Roland Willis.
Yes. I believe he has 2 touchdowns in the game right now, right?
Yes, he had a kick return touchdown, I believe.
Yes, and
a running touchdown.
Actually,
no, that was Chris Vance with the running
earlier,
touchdown.
I believe that was actually Roland Willis, but I guess I mistakenly had him with Chris Vance.
and they run the ball up the middle, and they don't find the end zone this play either. And it's third and goal on the 1-yard line.
The game still at 21, George Washington, your PHS 7. Your PHS Big Reds at 7 points.
George Washington has 2 plays.
Ball
now
on the
to,
1,
get in the end
and
zone.
I don't think they got it.
No. Too many Big Red defenders were crowding the box and stopped the running back before he got that 1 yard he needed.
I believe, most likely, Winans was probably there, like he always is.
It looked like almost all 11 of the Big Red defenders were on that tackle, so it's hard to credit that one.
That is what you want for a defender, is having a defender that is always near the ball.
Fourth and goal on the 1 yard line.
Big Red fans out there pumped.
Both teams crowding the box, and it's a quarterback
They
sneaker, and he gets the end zone, and he finds
No,
the end
actually,
zone.
he did. I don't know. Let's see what the referees think.
Well, the referees were holding up their hands like he scored.
I believe 2 of them did, and then one was kind of debating. But
they're sending out their kicking unit, so he got the touchdown.
Barely though. Maybe Winans was nowhere near there, and that's a big surprise.
Patriots trying to make it 28-7. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in this third quarter.
Well, with the accuracy of their kicker, most likely it will be 28, and it is 28.
It is.
Extra point is good. Big Red's playing some pretty good defense out there. Just couldn't get the last stop there, which might be a good thing. I mean, they are down by another touchdown, but they would have a terrible position on the field, and probably possibly have maybe a safety. So might have just worked out good for them. They might just come back here and respond with their very own touchdown.
And looks to be number 7 for the Big Reds, Kyle Brown, and Stephen Roush back to return. This is the first time we've seen Kyle Brown back to return a kick.
We got 6 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock for the third quarter.
Both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts.
Thank you. Keep on forgetting to say that tonight. Just believe Frankie has my back. If I forget to say the timeouts.
It's a good kick to Kyle Brown.
See what Kyle Brown can do here. Seems like he's going on a slant, but he is stuffed.
Hit hard about the 31, 32-yard line.
Yes. Nice tackle there.
It was the 31-yard line where he was brought down
I
at.
believe he could have gotten farther, but the George Washington defender there just found him real fast and got him down. Yeah, 1st and 10, ball on the, there goes 31. Got Newell in center.
Hands it off to Chris Rowell, who is picked up by
the legs. He had some momentum there, thinking that he was going to get away, but just a defender over there, already there where he was trying to run to.
Chris Rowell with a gain of 3 on the run.
Before this game, Matt Newland had 45 completed passes, 4 interceptions, 555 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And of course, that was passing. I believe that was a timeout on the Big Reds.
Yes, and that stopped the clock with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left.
That is the Big Reds' first timeout of the game. And I'm very proud of myself tonight because last week I kept on getting timeout mixed up with TD and kind of annoyed myself. Okay, got the trainers coming off the field, refreshing your players out there. Now they're back getting ready for this down. Second down, of course. 2nd and 7, ball in 34. We got Newland in center.
One right receiver, and Chris Rao in motion. He hands off to Rao, up the middle.
Oh, flag on the field.
Late flag.
Maybe it'd be some roughing on the field. See what they call it for.
Big Reds are moving backwards, so penalty might be on them.
Personally, with my personal belief, with Matt Nolan's accuracy, I would be passing a lot more.
Oh, personal foul on George Washington.
Personal foul. I called that. $5 for me. Woo. I didn't really win anything, but
I believe that is their first penalty of the night.
Yes, I believe the I think what 3 flags today.
I think so.
Not too many. See,
Oh, and he fumbles on the play, on the snap.
number 6, Eric Davidson, spotting out where he was going to run. He believed he knew where he was going. And see the George Washington Patriot defenders out there congratulating him. Probably thanking them for getting that good eye there.
Matt Newland with a loss of 1 on the fumble recovery after the he mishandled the snap.
So, wow, we got Ankrum and Roush on the right there. That is a deadly combo. See if either one can even.
Flags all over the place.
I believe from a fan that I heard it was offside, so I don't know if we can believe these fans, but they are not the referees. The referees are the referees.
False start on the offense. Now 2nd and 16 on their own 49.
There's 2 mistakes in a row that they do not need.
Big Reds just need to settle down and just play football.
Maybe take a little, like, just breathe and just hope for the best. Again, like I always say, never count a team out. Of course, I thought I was going to count out the Red Sox the other day, but they won by 1. Okay.
And it's a nice pass to Wes Ankrum, but
fumble.
he is stripped from behind.
Number 26 out there. Number 26, Michael Tucker.
And he's stutter stepping and finally brought down.
He had some momentum there, but he didn't really go forward much. He was trying to go to the right there and maybe find a easier hole there to go through. I don't know. Did they count that as a fumble or?
I believe it was a fumble.
Well,
Wes
yeah,
Ankrum
it
caught
did
it
hit
and
the
he
ground.
started running with it, and the defender from behind stripped the ball out of his arms and went right to the GW defender.
You could think that maybe he didn't have possession, but with the amount of time he probably did have it in his hand, it was technically a possession. So that was the third mistake in a row, and it ended up in George Washington's hands.
And Greg Jones running up the middle,
Oh,
and he bounces off a defender, and he's
is
still
almost
going.
gone.
Number 43, Jason Phillips on the tackle. Greg Jones just isn't easy to bring down, and he's really fast.
You see him probably get, I think, almost triple of what he averages.
Gain of 20 on the play.
Ooh, I did my math right. About 3 times what he usually averages. And thanks for Sam for confirming that he got 20 yards. I believe he got 21, though, so I can get my math right. We got 1st and 10, ball on the 26.
And it's a
ooh, we got
Quentin
he was gone.
Touchdown, GW.
Think that was number 45. I personally think that was number 45, Shane Skiles, out there trying to block for Greg Jones, and Greg Jones, or that was Shaquille Williams. Ugh. Was that Shaquille Williams, Frankie? I believe it was.
I think that might have been Matt Johnson. Might have been Greg Jones. GW just has a lot of
fast players, so You don't know who runs it. George Washington now up 35 to 7.
Big Reds need to make up 28 points with a whole quarter to go and 3 minutes and 13 seconds still left in this third quarter.
Well, with their one touchdown, they push George Washington's opposing score to 54, I think? 56. Can't believe you corrected my math, Mr. Frankie. Man. I had to correct your math a couple weeks ago, and now we're even. So,
had to make it up somehow.
You did.
Well, it'll be hard for the Big Reds to make up 28 points because GW's only given up 56 points this entire year.
Not 54. Got Roland Wilson kicking right now. He's a multi-player here. A nice little booming kick there, about to the 15. Ooh. He was faking, he's trying to fake them, but couldn't get away.
Returned by Seth Frederick, who couldn't get much on the return.
Well, Seth Frederick is a pretty young player. He is only a sophomore. Of course, you see a lot of that on the PHS starting roster, is that you see a lot of young players. And that's a good thing because their young players are really good, and they show a lot of potential for the next couple of years. But Matt Newland, of course, is a senior, so that's going to be a big loss for them next year.
They have a couple senior linemen, too, that they will miss.
Is Winans a junior or a senior?
Winans is a senior.
Ooh.
Went to elementary school with that guy.
Oh. Ong was the ball carrier there. Believe he got maybe 3 yards. I think 3 yards. 3 yards, yes. I got the, that was a 2-yarder?
The scoreboard says 2.
They corrected and they heard Sam. Maybe. I'm going to stick with 2 because that's what the scoreboard says. Okay, we got number 1 there, Stephen Roush running it. See Stephen Roush out there patting the opposing team's helmet. I mean, as mad that they probably are because this is a football game and you got to be rowdy. Give him some respect. And, of course, I'm pretty sure he tapped number 1's helmet. Maybe showing some respect to the number 1s. Okay, we got Newland in center.
And he passes
almost to Wes Ingram.
But it was
looked like a flag to me, but it wasn't.
Deflected by a GW defender, it looked like.
That was number 2, Greg Jones. Another multiplayer for George Washington. You got number 2 and number 10 out there. Number 10, of course, is Roland Willis.
4th and 4 on the 28, and Big Reds will have to punt. Wes Ankrum being the punter tonight.
Yeah, Big Reds don't want to be too risky right now because they are down, and they don't want to give George Washington a really good field
nice booming kick.
Oh, he was going to touch it there, but there's too many there, and he couldn't really do anything. Michael Tucker, number 26 out there, was attempting to get it, but reacted pretty fast whenever he saw like about 6 red jerseys out there getting ready to pummel him.
And the ball was picked up by Michael Winans.
Again, you just see him all over the ball. He is a big factor in the Big Reds defense. First and 10, ball on George Washington's 26-yard line. George Washington, are they from Charleston, correct?
Yes,
they are for Charleston.
I believe they're from Charleston.
So they took a pretty big long drive here. Not too long, but long enough for George Washington to have some fans out there on their side of the stadium. That was Johnson on the initial hit there. But as I was saying, you see, well, I personally see George Washington's side with a pretty good amount of fans there. Probably the most you see for a home game with with the distance that a lot of them have to run or drive. I believe they wouldn't run this far. I don't know. Greg Jones could. Okay, we got Greg Jones again. Just repeating him.
To the side, handoff to the side. Under 30 seconds now in the third quarter.
Got Sam Wolf here messing with all our stuff.
We got some fun facts for you about GW in the
You can
next
go on.
break.
Ooh, next break. I mean, you can get ready, Santa. I think I could take over right
Greg
now.
Jones handing up the middle for the first down, and that should be the last play of the third quarter.
Of course, Taylor Norman. I kind of forget his name a lot. Taylor Norman, quarterback. He is a senior this year.
And that is the end of the third quarter.
Would you like to go with our little fun facts that we
Yes,
spent all
here's
class on
some
the other day?
Fun facts about George Washington High School. It opened in 1965 to accommodate students in South Hills and Lauderdale because Charleston High School is getting overcrowded.
Oh.
And speaking of their enrollment, GW's enrollment is 869 students this year, while PHS's enrollment is 1,446.
I believe that's PHS has the biggest enrollment in the city right now.
GW's first principal was Gene E. Stanley, and former West Virginia Governor Bob Wise went to GW.
That's cool.
And famous actress Jennifer Gardner graduated from George Washington High School in 1990.
I love her. She is good. Let me say something right here. GW's mascot is a Patriot. Their principal is Melissa Rudel. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Their vice principals are Brad Morano and James Crawford. Curriculum assistant principal is Valerie Harper, and athletic director is Carol Brown. Let's get back to some football here.
Now it is the first play of the fourth quarter. Patriots have the ball at their own 37.
Got Norman in center.
And he hands off to Jones, but two big red defenders. Michael Winans, of course, was there with the initial hit.
With assistance of Ben Clark. Don't want to leave him out. And if you don't know the number of Michael Winans, I would like to tell you now. He is number 22. So if you see him on the field, you'll know exactly who he is. But, of course, you'll be hearing us say his name a lot. That was a loss of 3 there, so we got 2nd and 13, ball in the 34.
Norman under center, and it's a reverse.
Almost off.
Tackled by Corey Ossie.
Think assistance of number 16, Tyler Gibson.
Williams was the ball carrier.
Winans was over there too. No matter what, he is there. Ugh. I just cannot speak today. I'm very tired.
3rd and 1, gain of 12.
Score right now is George Washington up 28. And your PHS Big Reds are at 7 points.
And they're bringing the chain gang out to see if they got the first down.
No matter what, this is not going to be by feet. I always believe it's centimeters, personally.
Oh, and they didn't get the first down. Only have centimeters left, as Jared Bailey would like to say.
Thank you. I am telling you that the referees need an on-field ruler. I believe they need I will give someone a ruler if they would just use it. And I would of course want to be the one that made it up. Of course, the Jared Bailey on-field ruler. That's what they should call it. Okay, we got Norman in center. 3rd in centimeters.
And
they don't let him get it. I believe they got.
Big Red stopped him in the backfield. I don't think they got it.
I believe they got -1 yards there.
It is now 4th down. what was third and centimeters, and now 4th and 1.
Yes. So technically they didn't lose a yard. They either lost, I really don't know. I'm sorry. They could have lost a yard there, and it would switch them back to 4th in yards, centimeters.
They hand it off to their fullback, and the Big Reds stop him on 4th down.
And of course, the one that is in top of the pile there is number 22, Michael Winans. With Michael Winans' skill, I don't see why they don't put him on the offensive line. But of course, they believe they'd rather have him for defense anyways. And let him get some breathing time. We got the Big Reds, 1st and 10, Newland in center. Ball on the 46-yard line.
It's a handoff to Rowell up the middle, and he fumbles it. But I think the Big Reds
got it right there.
Recovered it.
That was a terrible time to talk over each other.
We said the same thing pretty much.
Yes.
So it's all good.
I do not know who picked that up, but at least Big Reds didn't lose it there. That is not what they want from a big defending defensive play last possession of the George Washington Patriots.
Chris Rowell up the middle again, and he loses a yard, I believe. GW has forced the ball on the ground a couple times, and Big Red just need to hold on to the ball.
It is a 4th quarter, if I would like to remind you that now. The score is actually 35-7.
Sorry if your TV screen is telling you things different, but
I believe
I think they're fixing it now.
I believe he is
Yes, they
hearing us.
fixed it.
There you go.
And Big Reds take a timeout with 9 minutes and 14 seconds left in this 4th quarter.
I believe that's probably our fault because he is in a trailer right now and probably cannot see the scoreboard. So we apologize for that. If you want a repeat of the score, it is 35 Patriots and 7 PHS, 4th quarter. We got about a little over 9 minutes left. Oh, look at that little guy. Carrying the big old water little basket there. Number 75 out there. Just want to point this out. He is a big boy for George Washington. He is Arthur Johansson, I think. Johansson, I'm pretty sure, yes.
6'1", 320 pounds. Do not want to get in his way.
Oh, no.
Oh, flea flicker. Showing a little trickery, and Chris Rowell on the catch.
Nice. Oh,
And a nice spin move, and he's down at about the 11-yard line.
Number 10 over there, Roland Willis. I always want to say Willison, but it's Willis. Almost there with the tackle, but
Coach Buttry showing some trickery with the flea flicker there.
Chris Rowell with a nice catch there and a nice little spin juke there. So that was a good factor for the that nice 1st down there.
Under 9 minutes left now.
Got 1st and 10, ball on the the George Washington's 11-yard line.
Newland under center. It's another handoff to Rowell, but he doesn't get much.
He is getting pushed from the back, so that kind of maybe helped them.
Second and 10 still.
Big Reds haven't been really running it very well tonight. Of course, with that big loss of Derek Wenzel. But they have been passing it pretty well tonight. I'm going to give it up to Newland for coming out there strong and completing some passes.
It is 2nd and 9, 1 yard gain on that last play. Rao in motion, and then hands it off to him. He gains about 2 or 3 yards.
Up to the left there. The left side. Got 3rd and 5 there, ball in the 6.
It was a gain of 4 on the Rao run.
Kind of sounds pretty funny there. Row run. Row run. R squared. That's what that is.
Rao in motion again, and they pitch it to him. And he's
Ooh, didn't
tackled
go
for
anywhere.
a loss.
Lost about maybe 2 yards there.
Big Reds will have to, let's see if Coach Buttrey wants to go for the 4th here, or if they'll trust Jeff Lance for the field goal.
He did miss won the very first, I think the home game, right?
Yes.
He missed one and didn't lose the game, but of course sent the game into overtime. But came back, and I think the special teams, whenever, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna stop now. Got Roush in motion.
And it's a pass, and it was deflected in the end zone, and the Patriots will take over at their own 8.
Pass was to Ankrum, but he couldn't come up with it. Roush was clearly open, but I believe probably Newland didn't see him in time, so he saw Ankrum got a couple inches on the defender out there and thought he could have caught it, but defender stepped up and ran a little faster than he did before. So we got George Washington in possession right now.
Patriots have the ball, and they're leading by 28 with 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game.
Norman in center.
And
Greg
Jones
Jones
with
is
a
gone.
big run.
He is gone. Unless number 19. Nope.
And they still can't bring him down. He is so fast, none of the Big Red defenders can even catch up
Number
to him.
19 was actually pretty close of getting him there.
Number 19 was in good possession of tackling.
That was Clayton Stanley, but couldn't come up with it because you had Jones out there doing some Reggie Bush moves there.
Number 19 is a freshman playing.
He was running. He had some really good speed, but ran straight to the sidelines. But you saw George Washington have some defenders out there and didn't let him, Greg Jones, get touched. Believe that was, what, a 92-yarder there.
Yes, on their first play
That
after
was
the
a
Big
beautiful
Reds turnover.
Beautiful run. There's a
Flag
flag
on the play. Greg Jones just so fast. The Big Reds can't square up in front of him. He's gone because there is no one on the Big Red defense that can keep up
As I
with
was
him.
watching, though, like, I thought he was gone at first, but I saw Clayton Stanley take this big old path and caught up to him, but Greg Jones just showing some maneuvers out there and got right past him, and then that's where he had his burst and got that touchdown.
I hate to say this for the Big Reds, but it looks to be the end for them tonight. They're down 35 against this tough George Washington defense, who's only allowed 56 points this whole year.
And, of course, up against this high-scoring George Washington offense with their big power rusher, Greg Jones. And Taylor Norman, he's gotten some nice completions out there, but a lot of it was just coming from Greg Jones running. And, of course, their special teams doing really well. Their defense is doing really well, only allowing a touchdown.
Well, prior to this game, Norman completed 58 of 102 passes for 1,254 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Believe if I can do my math in my head, I'm just going to round it off, maybe a 55% completion. So I believe the score right now is 42 Patriots and PHS with 7 still, with 6:24 left in your game.
Looks to be a penalty on the Big Reds after the or during the kickoff, and
I believe they're going to push them back 15 yards from where they'll end up, right? think that's how that
yeah,
works.
and they're kicking on a short field, only a 45-yard kick now.
Oh, I believe they probably just they push up the kick 15 yards.
And he recovers it in the end zone. And
that was number 7 out there,
Kyle Brown.
Kyle Brown.
If he can get the open field, he's real fast.
Frankie,
he is a grade below me, and I ran track with him in junior high, and he was a fast boy.
Of course, Frankie can probably look on the field and know exactly who it is. I personally have to look at the printed roster because I don't know any of these players personally.
Well, I'm a human roster, so you just ask me, Jared.
Okay. Can't right now because I gotta play serious. We got George Washington up 42 against Big Red's 7 points.
Row up the middle.
Row up the middle, of course, yes.
Doesn't get much.
77, the Big Reds defense there got pushed back. Justin Johnson.
That is, of course, Josh Jenkins' little brother, wearing the family number 77.
Did they pass that down?
I guess so.
I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. Actually, fun little fact there for me. Hopefully, remember that for our next home game here, which will be next week. Got Newland backing up there.
And it's complete.
Is that Wes Ankrum? Most likely it is. That's his main target. Yes, I was
Wes
right.
Ankrum for the first down.
See, I memorized some of the big players out there. I know Newland. I know Roush. Got Ankrum in my head. Of course, got Jeff Lance. Big fan of his. And Derek Wenzel, of course, but it's not on the field.
I believe everybody's a Derek Wenzel fan, except for the opposing team, of course.
If I was on the opposing team, I wouldn't want to be a fan of him either.
Handoff up the middle.
4? I'm gonna guess here 5 yards.
Let's see if you're right.
Cross his fingers right here.
6 yards. Sorry.
Oh, off by 1. Darn. It's all right. Beat
Just
Sam.
under 5 minutes now, and Big Reds down by 35. Unless we see a miracle tonight, folks. Looks like the Patriots are going to walk away tonight 7-1.
You're going to want to pass to Wes Ankrum. Course running out. Playing some nice clock management out there.
And, of course, if the Big Reds lose tonight, that will take them out of playoff contention.
Yes. Thanks for remembering that. I completely forgot about that. If they lose tonight, they will be pushed back to, I believe, 3 and 5. And George Washington looks like they have this game pretty much wrapped up.
PHS is the 2-time state defending champs, and if they lose tonight, looks like they won't be able to make it 3.
Another pass to Ankrum.
And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
And number 19 of the George Washington Patriots out there. Number 19 again, Carzell Rose.
I believe this will be the first time the Big Reds haven't made the playoffs in a long time.
Well, this is a very young team, and they've done good season all season, but they've had a pretty tough schedule.
They're showing a lot of new players out there.
Oh, yes.
They've lost most of their starters last year.
Yes.
Actually, those were the starters for 2 and 3 years, pretty much.
Rao almost could have gotten through there, but number 32 of the Patriots, Namon Jones.
The Big Reds lost their entire starting line last year. 4 of them playing college football this year.
Yes. Was that Jenkins, right?
Yes, Jenkins is walking the sidelines tonight, showing support for his
Mountaineers. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I did not see that.
Right there on the track.
See the one in the jacket?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, I believe I listened to on the radio.
Right through
Ankrum's hands. I believe I listened to on the radio today that he really wanted to play and he was showing some good improvements to Stewart, but Stewart just saying nah.
Jenkins didn't play last week in their game against Syracuse due to an injury.
I believe maybe the Mountaineers want to keep him to until maybe start him in the postseason. Don't want to get him even more hurt than kind of is now.
Newland back to pass.
Ankrum
And
wide open.
Ankrum
And
stretching and using
believe,
all of his
ooh,
long
a
body
nice
to catch
tackle
it.
in the back by Roush, but that kind of hurt him now because Roush got, I
Flag
believe,
on
got
the
a
play.
tackle in the back maybe. I don't know. Not a big. I don't know the penalties by heart.
Clipping, I believe, is the call.
Clipping, thank you.
Anytime, Jared.
No problem. That's what you are here for, and that's what I'm here for you. So get your back, and you got my back. A nice catch there by Ankrum, of course. Then you got Roush with that penalty with the clipping.
10-yard penalty after the start of the foul, but it is still a gain, and the Big Reds still get the first down.
See if they can maybe shut down their deficit by a little bit more than they are right now. They are down by 35.
3 minutes left. I don't think the Big Reds will pull this one out tonight for their second straight loss, and it is their only 2 losses on their new turf.
And that will be 2 losses against a team name of the Patriots.
Big Reds will have to know to steer away from the Patriots from now on.
Yes.
PHS, of course, was state champions last year, and George Washington gave them their only loss last year.
Wow, that is I didn't know that personally. They last year was their back-to-back, right?
Yes.
Yes. Little thing I learned I think yesterday.
Hand off to Rao for many yards.
Ooh, that was a nice little run there. You thought he was just gonna get tackled right there, right at the line, but he kind of just hurdled over some guys there.
13-yard gain on the play.
Still can't believe that it's Jenkins down there. That's pretty cool.
Well, he's just showing support for his alma mater and his brother, who's been playing since
Flag on the field.
Alex Clegg got hurt.
That is again a flag on the field. Only one cloth down there. I believe the other referees were like, yeah, that other referee got it. I believe they is it the ball staying void?
1st and 15 from the 18-yard line of GW right now.
Got about, let's see, a little under 2 minutes left for the rest of the game here.
Hand off to Rao.
Rao showing some good running skill tonight. That's what the Big Reds want to see, but I believe they want to see more touchdowns.
This game has went by fast tonight. Can't believe it's already the 4th quarter and the game's almost over.
Yes.
Minute and 30 left now in the game.
Well, again, like I said earlier, you don't see a lot of out of bounds or anything. You don't see a lot of flags on the field. There's only been about 5 tonight.
PHS has called 2 timeouts this
Ooh,
half.
Rao.
Rao with a touchdown. Big Reds putting up 14 points. That is the most George Washington has allowed this season. Well, it's not 14 points yet. They still got to tackle on the extra point.
Well, no matter what, since it is 13 points,
they have matched the...
Well, actually, if you look right there. Actually, yes, sorry. That was twisted around. So,
I'm used to seeing the L by George Washington.
And they give the Patriots their most opposing points allowed.
But the Big Reds have given up 42, so I'm sure the coach of George Washington is okay with that.
PHS now on the board with 14 points. GW still with 42 points.
Wes Cox, the Big Red Indian for tonight's game, is, of course, doing the tradition of running the sidelines with the PHS flag after every touchdown.
There's about a minute and 15 seconds left in the game. The Big Reds will kick it off here and give it to the Patriots, and the Patriots most likely will just kneel it and the finish off the game.
Make the trip back to Charleston a little bit quicker.
and make their way back to Charleston with a victory tonight. The Big Reds still playing hard out there, even though they have pretty much lost the game already. But there is 1 minute and 15 minutes left in the quarter. But they will still fight strong like they do every week.
Coach Edwards Jr. of GW has to be happy with their performance tonight. And he bobbles the return, and he's up the middle. And he's juking out Big Red defenders, and he takes it to the sideline, and he's finally brought down by number 13 of the Big Reds, Bryce Warner.
With this win tonight with George Washington, that will push their record to 7-1, I believe. And
Yes.
this will push back, again, Parkersburg High School, your Big Reds, to 3-5.
Big Reds started out the season kind of rough. They lost their first 3 games, which were away. Then they came back to Stadium Field and won 3 straight games here.
And then back in their losing streak again with
Or no, they won 2 games here, then went away to Greenbrier East and won there.
Yes, there you go. But they still won 3 games in a row, of course. They're running it. I didn't think that they would do that. I would usually just see the teams kneel it down there. Of course, we got the cheerleaders down there throwing some footballs after every touchdown from the Big Reds.
It's kind of hard to make those little plastic footballs into a press ball because I don't think we'll be receiving any love from them tonight.
If we had Newland throw one up here, I believe he can make it. I believe he can make it.
And there's just under 30 seconds now left in the 4th quarter.
Big Reds still fighting strong out there with their defense. And Winans.
And there should be one more play left in the game.
Winans is actually out right now. He's not hurt, ladies and gentlemen, but
They're
he's just resting.
letting some of their younger guys get some experience.
Get some playing times. I mean, it's not that much, but they'll get used to playing against a tough team there.
And that is it.
That
Big
finishes off the
Reds
games.
Lose 42-14 to the number 4 ranked George Washington Patriots.
I believe maybe this will push up George Washington up maybe a score or a ranking here.
This was the SSAC game of the night.